Okay, so I went to go see the Hunger Games tonight, and I just want to talk to you about some themes that were present in the movie. Definitely, I would recommend that you see it. Um, so this is like the most recent Hunger Games. I guess it's like Ballads of a Songbird. Um, to me, this movie was really about social class. So obviously we have like the different districts or whatever, but District 12 is highlighted in this movie because like the songbird is from District 12. The big idea is here is like every time she's like very small, the female recruit is very small. Like she literally is like malnourished and thin, and so it does, like, she's not gonna be able to like fight anyone, and the whole thing is in like the Hunger Games they're just like murdering each other to see like who's gonna be the last one standing. That's the person who wins the Hunger Games. Anyway, and obviously they touched a lot on actually being hungry, so it like just made sense, like poverty, hunger, thinness. Like, I know those things are kind of like respected in American culture, kind of, but it's like really wealthy elites are thin because they have access to healthier food, and then poor people, they're even American poor people though have access to food. Like the Hunger Games are giving an example of like third world like poverty a little bit, where people are being like starved. Anyway, um so what does this have to do with class? So they have this idea where like it's not just about you don't go into the Hunger Games anymore and like play to win. You are a mentor to someone else, and then the whole goal here is to like um mentor that person to win. And all of the people in like the primary district 1 are mentors to all of the other people, and they're all trying to like um basically the people in District 1 want to win. And the particular guy in question here, it sounds like his dad was like a part of the military or something, or he was a part of the District 1 leadership, but he died. And so that left the family in kind of an impoverished situation, so they were like struggling to pay rent. So he was going to like this boarding high school or some prestigious high school at a point in time, and he needed the money from winning like the Hunger Game in order to, because I think it was based on your school academics or something. You get this like Hunger Game scholarship if you are the most academically gifted. And so he'd worked for like the last 10 years to like get it. But then they changed the rules, and you're like, actually you have to help your mentee get it, it's not just you now. So he has to help this like 12 ward girl like rise to the top, which is very difficult. Anyway, so it's like, it sounds like she was recruited in the first place. Like, nobody actually wants to go participate in the Hunger Game, but you're like summoned to do so. So some other girl had like set her up, and that's how she even had to do it in the first place. So, she gets there, and as soon as like they call her up, she starts like singing a song, but she's like a really good singer. So that's a cool thing about this particular actress. She's like a great singer. So she's like singing about her feelings. I don't know, she's giving it's cool that Olivia Rodrigo has a song on the soundtrack to the film. You should listen to that. Olivia Rodrigo's song in the film is very good. I feel like it taps into, how do you say it, like feelings on the feelings wheel that are expressing obviously like feminine emotion. I like that a lot. I think Lucy, the girl from, the 12th ward, also a lot of her songs are about experiences that she's had with like another boyfriend. It's also cool because like her mentor ends up saving her life like a few times, and supposedly they have like a romantic relationship. He ends up getting kicked out of the first ward for kind of like cheating in the game to help her win. But then there's kind of like some drama in the end. People are killed. People are hung. There's hangings in the movie. There's other parts that are about like wealth. The movie is about wealth and class. Okay, it's about wealth and class, and there's a lot of like minute stories that you could pull out from that. You could follow the plot. It is quite complex. I feel like it's like people like me who kind of understand like kind of like not the trivialness of like life in general, but I feel like it's really good movies like this and like Harry Potter that pull out like themes around like ethics, themes around morality, themes around like values, things around social class. Also there was a lot around human nature, like what will humans do when they're like pushed to the brink. And it really shows you like, especially in the Hunger Games, immediately people started like clustering up into these groups and then deciding like who's weaker, and immediately started like, trying to murder the people who were weaker. Like she had to use a lot of mechanisms around like kind of deceit in a sense. Like she ended up poisoning a few people who then died just via poison. And I mean, to an extent, it's really kind of fucked up, but it was also kind of necessary because she wouldn't have been able to survive. And I think that's something that in the developed world, I think we have to be a lot more grateful for. That you don't actually need to resort to things like that. If you do, it says a lot about your personal character. It says a lot more about your personal character than it does about like human nature, because of the way that things are set up. And we do have like a justice system here. You can, try to live as equitable as possible. And I do feel like the country might actually be moving to a place where it's becoming like a little more equitable for more people, and there's a potential for it to actually be kind of good. Kind of. Um I do think though that yeah, I don't know. The movie was decent. I think that you should watch it. Yeah.